Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really super cute DIY sign made from Dollar Tree supplies and Hobby Lobby sales. So to begin with, you're going to need one of the gnome signs from Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the gnome off of this sign because I'm going to use it for a different project, Christmas related, later. So I'm just going to take that off and set it to the side. And then you're going to want to remove the jute string up at the top. Go ahead and take that off and brush all the glitter off the back of your sign, and then we're going to prepare almost like a Mod Podge glue for the back of it, but I just use the Dollar Tree Elmer's glue or school glue. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of white chalk paint to it so that when you put your paper on the back, it doesn't show through the brown. It'll have a white tint to the back, but it'll also glue your scrapbooking paper to the back of the sign. Then you're just going to want to grab your scrapbooking paper of choice and lay your sign on the back of it. I don't like to use it across the words because I'm always afraid they're going to show through, but you just trace the sign onto the back of your scrapbooking paper. Once you have your sign traced onto the back of your scrapbooking paper, you want to cut along the line. I don't always cut along the line. Sometimes I cut inside of the line, sometimes I cut on the outside of the line. It just depends on what mood I'm in that day. And cutting it just a little bit smaller than what your sign isn't going to matter, because along the lines you're going to distress, so you'll be able to hide that. Once you have your scrapbooking paper cut out, you want to apply the Mod Podge or the glue onto the back of the sign and glue your cutout down. Once you get your paper glued down, turn it over, and you can use something sharp or a pencil and pop holes where your original holes were in the scrapbooking paper. You can really add anything that you like to the sign, but I have a Cricut, so I like to print out cute sayings and designs to put on my signs. This one says, "Wash, brush, flush, floss." vinyl is removable, so for my transfer tape I like to stick it to my shirt just to get a little bit of the stickiness off so that it doesn't rip my paper, and the removable vinyl will stick to the scrapbooking paper. To take my time when I'm putting vinyl down, just because sometimes it doesn't like to stick to the paper, or the transfer tape is a little bit too sticky, so it'll pull the letters back up. So if you just pull gently and pull the tape back on itself, then your letters should stick. I like to add distressing to my signs. So here I'm just going to put a little bit of gray paint over my letters and along the edge of the sign, just to give it a little bit of distressing. Here I just mixed a little bit of that gray paint and a little bit of the white paint just to make a lighter color to go around the edges. When you're distressing, you want to take off the majority of the paint off of the brush and use what is called a dry brushing technique, and this just puts the minimal amount of paint around the edges and just gives it that really distressed look. Just to add a little bit of decoration to the sign, I like to add a jute bow. You just wrap that around your fingers a couple of times and cut it off, and then you can cut off some pieces the length of the tails that you would like and put the two pieces together, and with another smaller piece you just take and cut it off and tie it around the center of both of them, and it makes a really cute jute bow. love adding greenery to most of my signs, whether they're signs that I've made or signs that I've purchased. I just think adding greenery makes them look so much prettier. And here I'm just adding a couple of pieces from a garland that I got from Hobby Lobby on sale, and I'm placing them up in the top center, and then I'm going to place my jute bow on top of that. A lot of times when I add my jute bow to the greenery that I've added to a sign, I like to take and put it just above where the greenery meets on the glue, just above it. I think that it just looks better that way, and it looks like the greenery is coming out of the bottom. Now when I'm placing the jute through the sign, I tie a knot on the front side. I just like how it looks. It gives it a rustic look with the jute, so I like to tie that on the front, and then I cut off the little piece that's hanging off. And I decided I wanted to add some of the wood garland beads onto the top of the sign, so I grabbed 4 of those, 2 for each side, and I'm going to paint those the gray color that I used to distress the sign with. So I'm just going to paint them the gray color, and since it was really hard to paint them without getting the paint all over my hands, I grabbed a big paintbrush and just stuck them down on there and decided to paint them the gray color using the paintbrush. It just made life a lot easier, and then I could just turn the paintbrush upside down and just pull them off. And since it is chalk paint, it dried really quickly because there was a very thin layer of paint on the beads. Once all the beads were painted, I added all 4 of them to the jute, and I ran the end back through on the other side and went ahead and tied that off as well in a knot so that it wouldn't come back through the sign and it would hold the sign with the beads on it. And this is how it turned out. I'm absolutely in love with this sign, and I love how it matches the rest of my bathroom. If you guys have any DIYs that you would like to see me do, or any projects that you would like to see me work on, comment down below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notification bells so that you don't ever miss an upload. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!